and welcome to the second episode of Waffling On with DIB. You may have noticed something a little bit different tonight. Dan is wearing a black t-shirt instead of a red one. And we're also joined, of course, by Claire, who's come along to debate with us the show Wrest In Peace, which is this weekend at the Royston Leisure Centre. So we're going to go through the bouts and we're going to chat a little bit about who we think's going to win and the history of the conflicts that are coming into this and what could happen next. So I think let's start with the big one, or one of the big ones.
One of the big ones.
Every one of these bouts is a big one, but let's start with the one for the big title, for the UBW British Heavyweight title. Hugo Bloom versus the PT of Pro Wrestling, Percy Traynor. So this one is a massive one for me. I think I saw the team hit on my very first show 7 or 8 years ago now, when I was 21. And we did squats along with them. We had fun with them. We saw them get decimated by the beards. And then we saw them go through various troubles leading to the breakup and then an I Quit match at WrestleMania 2, where Percy triumphed. So he's the last one to win a one-on-one contest between the two of them. But where could this one go?
I mean, it's been a long time coming, as you just mentioned. First of all, it's just nice to see Percy back. It's been a long time since we've seen him. He made his surprise return in the last show, in the big one. He came back to help Hugo when he was getting beaten on by Mr. Tanner.
We don't mention his name here. He helped a friend in a time of need. We'll leave it at that. So really, it sounds as if we've got a contest which is going to be quite amicable to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But there's the title on the line. Percy might return some of his dirty tricks that we saw last time he was in the ring.
The last time I saw Percy, I remember everyone calling him Rainbow Chicken because he ran away. So, I'm not so sure.
So it's either a friend in need or the return of the Rainbow Chicken.
Absolutely.
Right. So it's for the title. My first call on this one, I think Hugo has fought too long and too hard to let the first defence be his last. So I think that Hugo's going to triumph with this one. I just hope that Percy can keep it together. We don't get petulant Percy back, or the Rainbow Chicken, and we get the team hit back together for a homecoming, so to speak. But for me, it's going to be Hugo first defence. Agreed?
Agreed. Big victory for the spectacular strongman.
Sorry, Percy. 3-0.
Okay, so then next on the card, Arthur Scurll takes on Ricky Calvé. It's a bit of a grudge match, but it's a rematch from Welling Garden City earlier this year. Two young, exciting guys who always put on a show.
Yeah, absolutely. Two fantastic technicians in the ring. One of them very popular, and the other one less so. The Breeding Prince of Primark. I mean, he got the win last time, didn't he? So I think it was a surprise and a disappointment to everyone when he came out with the victory. But I just remember him being tied up on the ropes. Not keel-hauled, surely, but the plank, everything was going on. But it didn't seem like he'd get the win, and the Scurll was going to triumph. But no, it came out the other way around. So a rematch, well deserved.
So the People's Pirate's gone from strength to strength, and he's pulled out some fantastic matches over the last few shows. So I'm hopeful.
So is that optimism going to be a firm yes that Scurll is going to triumph this time? How do you think?
Yes.
I'll hand it over to you, Dan. What do you think?
He is an absolute favourite in our house, this Arthur Scurll. We all get kitted out in his shirt, and I'm going to go with Ricky Calvé.
Oh, it's contentious. There you go. It's thrown that one in there. Well, the boss is going to dictate how I feel. The young lady who wears a pirate's headscarf to the show and now to school. So, as with you, firmly behind Scurll in a household, but unlike you, my prediction is that Arthur Scurll will make this 1-1 in this context, and hopefully will then go to hat-trick match where we see someone go 2-1 up. But obviously, if it's 2-0 to Ricky, as you hope,
No, hope's a strong word.
it's a strong word, then it may be all over. No. I'm disappointed in you, Dan.
I love you.
So next up, we have the Mayor, Vinnie Gray, versus RJ Singh in the Young Lions Championship. What are we thinking?
I have an issue with this match. The issue is it's for the Young Lions title, and that we have Mufasa versus Simba. RJ seems to have a fixation on this Young Lions title. He's younger than me, and that's absolutely fair. And he works like a younger man, but this is a young man's game. So it's a tough one to call.
He is a veteran, but he has then the skill. He has the experience. He has the technique.
Yeah, and as he says, tried for this belt before. He couldn't take it off Josh Spicer. With that beautiful emotional moment with Spicer's promo at the end. Memorable moments, but I don't know. How's this one going to go? How's it going to play out?
But then Vinnie Gray, again, very strong player. But is he a strong player on his own? He does tend to have a lot of help. But if you can't rely on your friends, you can rely on.
Especially when you pay them handsomely. It's always nice to have friends that have negotiable affection.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say his name, but I don't think RJ is going to win. I think friendship is going to be a factor here. And I think, although I've not seen a name out there, there might be a friend of RJ who could match up to the friend of the man whose name I cannot say, who hopefully, if you stand in his corner, might have this one go the way it should. But I call it as a retention of the title for the current incumbent.
I agree with you. I think there may be some tactics employed to retain that title. I think it stays.
It's a very generous way of putting it.
And clean sweep across the board. He's worked hard, he's worked dirty, and Vinnie Gray's reign will continue.
Sadly. The fourth contest we're going to talk about for Rest in Peace. What's it called, Rest in Peace?
What's the W for?
I don't know. It is so confusing. I'll have to have a word with whoever organised this. Their spelling is absolutely atrocious.
Is there something about Halloween? What?
Yeah, I don't get it.
No, nothing.
The fourth contest at Rest in Peace is between the only other PT of pro wrestling, the cut above Cy Gregory, and the troublesome one, Jackson Hart. This one's going to be a stormer. Where do you see this one going?
Well, it's the mix of two styles, isn't it? It's the big, strong guy against the energetic, acrobatic flying machine that is Jackson Hart. Styles had his ups and downs. He lost to Memes in that title match. He lost to Smashing Mike when he came his big UBW return. He beat Truman in Welling, so it's peaks and troughs.
Truman isn't in this show. We don't have to talk about it. But okay. That's the only Truman mention we get in this show, okay?
I'll try. Yeah, so it's up and down for Cy, but you can never rule out such a big, strong boy.
I can't forgive Jackson. I can't forgive him for being the hero killer. He keeps taking everyone out, and it's just heartbreaking. He is the heartbreaker, well and truly. Heartless one. So, I don't know. I would like to see Cy show him what's worth. Will he win? Who knows?
Sitting on the fence for this one? Or are you going to pick the winner?
Try and change my mind.
Okay, well, let me have a think about this one. It's not a big speech. I just need to clear my throat. Jackson Hart's on a roll. Absolutely on a roll. We've got a very popular opponent for him here in Cy Gregory. And as popular as he is, Jackson Hart is unpopular. And he doesn't care. I think the run goes on. I think that Cy Gregory, for all his power, is probably going to come unstuck against just the attitude that we get from the hero killer. Another hero to add to the list for me.
Okay, I would agree. Jackson, like we said last time after the last show, he's been on such a good run. He's smashing people left, right, and centre. He is becoming the main event star. And even though people should boo him, he's that impressive now that you can't help but give him a little clap at the end. I don't think that run stops here.
I think I'm inclined to agree. I think you see his name on the card and you do get that twinge of excitement, don't you? He is a star in the making. It's going to be interesting to see where his future goes. You've changed my mind.
So 3 for Jackson. I'm so sorry, Si. Prove us wrong.
Okay, so next match, my absolute favourite one that I'm most looking forward to, Murdoch versus Adonis Payne. I cannot wait to watch these two together in the ring. I think they are both phenomenal performers. I think they both have extremely vast talent. I'm just really looking forward to seeing them come together.
Yeah, so as we know, Artemis is away, so Adonis is going solo for a month. I'm just excited to see what it comes up with. We've got the headline grabber, the five-star guy on one side, and then Conqueror Adonis Payne, who in the last year has grown more than anyone in this company. He's the star of the show wherever he is, and I just look forward to any match that he's in, and this one seems to be the perfect setup for him.
Yeah, so the headline grabber and 5-star matches. I must admit myself, every match I've seen Murdoch have has been 5-star. Not necessarily because of him, but every opponent either draws something out of them, whether it be a fantastic performance or just anger at how obnoxious he is. But yeah, I'll give him he's maybe 1 or 2 of those 5 stars. But obviously, the homegrown hero Adonis, Conqueror. I don't think there'll be many people sitting in that crowd in Royston on Saturday who will be cheering for Murdoch. I think he made an impression last time round when he was in Royston, and it wasn't a good one. So, much as it seems contrary to most of the things I've written or said about Adonis Payne before, I'm rooting for the guy this time.
Yeah, hand on heart, I don't think there is anyone I could go with in any matchup with Adonis Payne currently. I think he is just on absolute top form. Hands down, should be a walk in the park.
A walk in the leisure centre?
Yeah.
I think it'll be another 5-star match, no doubt. And it will end with Adonis Payne hand raised in victory. Absolutely. And you, Dan?
No, I'm completely professional. I'm completely impartial.
Right, so we're 5 matches out of the 6 down, but there's something else we need to talk about now as well. We have a new women's champion, the inaugural women's champion, the unpopular Ronnie Knox, from what I can tell from the crowd reaction. But let's not rain on her parade. She did very well. She came through an A-woman tournament to take the title. But who should be her first opponent, do you think? Who should challenge her first? Dan, any ideas?
I would love to see someone we haven't seen in UBW before, but who's making waves across the whole country, and that's Sapphire Reed. I've seen Sapphire. I know she's a UKPW. I've seen her at Riot Cabaret. She is fantastic. She's got the aggression, she's got the personality, and I'd love to see her come in and knock Ronnie's head off.
Well, if we're talking about people outside of UBW, I am going to throw Kira Chimera into the ring. She is a little bit my hero. I absolutely love her presence, her style. When I grow up, I want to be Kira. She is fantastic. Again, the aggression and the fact that she just has the whole package. So she would be my first pick.
Well, I think the wrestling outside of you particularly was that we'd love to see Nina Samuels come and bring her particular snootiness to the ring. I think that would be an absolute storm. I think it would give Ronnie a real run for her money. I'm not sure the crowd would like either of them, if I'm honest, with the aloof nature of Nina, but it would be a fantastic contest. It would be a dream for me to see that. But I do have another choice, as I might have mentioned when UBW put out a call as to who they'd like to see, and I know it's at least a month away, but I would love to see Artemis step through those ropes and take another title. Maybe have a strap on each shoulder. It's just be lovely to see another homegrown hero with another title on their shoulder. And I don't want to be mean to Ronnie anymore, so I'll hand it over to you.
I think Artemis is a fantastic choice. Personally as well, I would love to see the return of Evie Madden. I think the last few times I've seen her wrestle, she just looks very strong. She's very much a presence in the ring. Looking forward to seeing her coming back.
And if Safari is not the one, down the line, as soon as she gets better, I think Rain Leverkusen, she almost won Flores Lava that time, set up to take the championship when Levi won it, so Rain can come back and take the women's title from Ronnie.
I think just in that brief chat we can see there are such a strength in depth out there in the UK scene, and even if it's not one of the 6 we put forward, there are so many out there, returners, as you said, or making debuts. We could see something really fabulous in that first defence, and go forward, we will. I'm absolutely sure we will. But let's see which one of us is right.
All inspirational women. We need more women in wrestling.
And UBW needs more Nina.
There's the scoop. There's Dan's hope.
And so the main event, the first time that the Square One Championship has ever main evented to UBW show, and we have the new Square One champion, Harrison Leon, facing the man who took the belt off, Tony Sin, in a coffin match. So, and on top of it being a coffin match, if Tony Sin cannot take the belt back of Harrison, then he has to leave UBW.
This is a stipulation I didn't want to see. This is going to be my match of the night. I think either way, this is what I'm looking forward to the most. When we spoke last time, I said coffin matches. If I could have one every show, I'd be happy. And here we are. Boom, the coffin match is here. But with too much on the line for me. Far too much on the line. The Age of Sin seemed to have come to a halt with the loss at UBWX. But unlike so many other Square One champions, instead of putting his tail between his legs and going quietly into the night, Tony Sin's come straight back and said he wants his rematch. So he wants that title back. So it seems like there actually is something he cares about, which is nice to see. But now we've got the stipulation this could be the end of Sin forever.
There is no other person like Tony Sin, is there? He is the baddest of the bad. And despite being everyone's favourite villain, I think we could say, seeing these two together in any match that they do is hands down just a spectacle to behold. They gel so well as opponents. They, as we've seen, rile each other up extremely well beforehand. With Harrison's very much laid-back nature, can deal with Tony's intense villainy, with his sneaky droids and all of his tomfoolery.
Are you calling shenanigans as well?
If only one word comes to mind, it would be shenanigans. Of course, we know that Tony Sin can resurrect people from coffins as well, so
yes.
There's that to throw in. Who did he resurrect?
I can't remember. But no, it's this is going to be emotional for me. At the end of the night, I'll be I'll be blessed by Tony, but it may also be mixed with tears if this match goes the way I fear it will go. There's too much on the line. I don't know if I can stand it. I've only got a few days to wait, but an early call here. I think I may be saying goodbye to Tony.
I don't think I'm ready to say goodbye to Tony. I have a fear that you are also correct. it will be a void if that is the case. And I don't want to call it at all because they're both so fantastic. But I side with you. I think Harrison will be victorious.
I echo everything. It's been such a treat watching Tony Sin go from where he began to what he's turned into. He is, as you put, he's my favourite villain. I think he's absolutely wonderful. But I find it hard to look past the glittery hero. I don't think he'd even fit in a coffin for starters.
Very, very true. It's like glitter baller, did you say? Trademark wrestling outside.
I'm going to have to be incredibly disappointed, but say, and happy because Harrison would retain, but I don't want Sin to go, but I think Harrison's got this.
My only hope is the shenanigans are so large that this is called null and void, and Harrison remains the champion, and Tony remains
Tony.
It sounds like we've either got a situation where I'm happy, or the lid closes on Tony's career. And so that's it. That's us ready and raring to go for Rest in Peace at Royston on Saturday. Let's see how many of the predictions we've made tonight come through. Some of them are going to be emotional. Some of them are going to be absolutely spectacular. But I can't wait. And I hope you'll join us again on the next episode of Waffling On, when we see how well we did and how well everyone else did. And how sad I am. So that's anything else? No? Dan?
Have we mentioned Charles Crowley yet?